Okay, hello everybody. Can you hear me? Say something in the chat if you can. Okay, I'm gonna guess you guys can't hear me yet. Oh, okay. I see some can. Starting to realize doing this live stream thing probably would have been a lot easier with 2 monitors. So you're going to see a lot of funky stuff on the screen when I move screens, just so you know. Okay. Thank you all for being here. I wasn't expecting this many people to be up at 11:30 on a Saturday, but I guess you're all prepping for Halloween, right? Whether you're going out or staying in. Good, good, good. Awesome. So as you saw, if you saw the message, I can only stream until 12:30 today. Silly me made Halloween plans and totally forgot what time everything was today. So I'm going to be spending a couple hours with my dad today celebrating Halloween. And then maybe later tonight, if I get bored, I'll hop back on and I'll let everybody know. Because why not, right? So what I have planned for you guys today is I have some spooky stories that were written by some of you ready to go. I think I got 11 of them here. Let me see. I got them printed out, and I'm going to be reading them aloud. So that should be a lot of fun. And then I also have a couple spooky games. I may only have time to try to play one. Keyword there is try, since, you know, I'm not really good at spooky games and they scare me. I like watching other people play them so I can laugh at how they get scared. So I guess you guys will just have to be me in this situation. But I have Five Nights at Freddy's ready to go and a couple others that I haven't tried yet. So I don't really want to jump into the ones I haven't tried in a short period of time. So yeah. I also have some giveaways. So if you watch this past Wednesday's Owl Crate video, I'm going to be giving away a couple of things from that Owl Crate that include the, I see, thank you for waking up for me. I'm seeing some stuff in chat here. So I'm going to be giving away the water bottle from the Golden Compass along with some tattoos. And I'm also going to be giving away, it's the little notebook with the nice pencils in the tin that have like the polar bears on it. I'll grab those in a little bit and I'll show them to you. And I also have some Halloween treat bags. I'm going to be giving away 2 or 3 of those that just have some fun Halloween stuff in them, along with candy, of course, which will come through the mail. So yeah, so if you're here and you stay until I do the giveaways, I'll be jotting your names down, your YouTube names that I see in the chat. So if you're in the chat, I'll jot your name down and I will put it in the little giveaway thing and I'll let you know who wins. Okay, so that's 4 giveaways total. So I got 2 the Halloween goodie bags, the water bottle, and the tattoos, and then the notepad and the pencil set. Okay, so we'll do that towards the end. But now, why don't we get started with some spooky stories? Sound good? Okay, so the first story, I'm just going to read them in the order I printed them out. I'm not going to be saying any of your names. I'm just going to be saying the title if you gave me one, and then I'm going to be reading the story. So enjoy. I'll play some, oh, I already got rid of it. Okay, never mind. I was going to play some mood music underneath, but we'll just let me pull it up. You guys are going to see some funky things for a sec. And then maybe if I put it here, you won't see it. Okay. Yeah, there we go. There's some good music. Let's play that music while I read the story. Okay. Here we go. This one is called The Horror at the 3D Screen. Hurry up, Jessie. If you don't hurry up, we won't make it to the movies on time. Gemma screamed in frustration. Chill, Gem. It's bad enough I'm taking you to a scary movie. At least I could do is stay on the speed limit, Jessie said with a sigh. Thank you for driving us, Jessie. Usually my mom makes me walk to the movies, Riley said in appreciation. It's my pleasure. Plus, I still owe Gemma big for doing the dishes last week. As the car stopped, you hear the sharp click of the girls' seatbelts as they rush out of the car door. You guys have fun at the movies. I'll be waiting in the parking lot. Excuse me. Okay, the girls exclaim at the same time. As the girls sat down in the theater with their 3D glasses on and their buttery hot popcorn, something was strange. Everything just suddenly was black, darker than how the movie theater usually is. Wow, it's so dark in here, Riley said quietly. I don't think they're supposed to turn the lights down so low, Gemma said nervously. Suddenly, a dark figure popped out in the middle of the room. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen such a realistic 3D creature, Riley said excitedly. The creature silently moved closer to the girls. I don't think it's supposed to move like that, Gemma said, trembling. The monstrous creature went so close to the girls' faces they could reach out and touch it. It was like everyone paused except for the girls. Gemma jumped out of her seat in fear and sprinted toward the exit as Riley chased after her. It's locked, Gemma screamed, almost in tears. Riley changed her direction. Instead of chasing after Gemma, she went to the right exit. Riley reached the left exit and pushed as hard as she could. Mine, too! The monster duplicated and went in the same direction of each of the girls. As soon as the questionable creature reached the two horrified girls, everything suddenly went white and there was this beeping noise. Gemma slowly opened her eyes. Why was it so bright? Could I be in the hospital? Maybe I'm dead. No, heaven looked way different in the movies. As her eyes finally adjusted to the change of brightness, she realized this wasn't any room. This was her bedroom. Gemma heard thumbs from outside her door as Riley burst in the room. Gemma, I've been calling you for 20 minutes straight. We have to get to the movies, she said with urgency. Gemma let out a deep sigh. I'll think I'll pass. The end. Okay, so that was The Horror at the 3D Screen. Very good. Great job, author, who I know and you guys don't. Great job. Okay, so let's read a couple more. This one's pretty short. So, this one is called A Lie. Those things have killed everyone. I'm the only one left. Those things with huge black wings and beady eyes, with sharp claws and a spiked tail. Every time I close my eyes, I see one ripping my coworkers to shreds. I managed to make it inside, but even here I'm not safe. The memory of my friend, the people I have grown close with being picked off one by one, courses through my brain. I tried to save them. I did. Now I'm running through the building to the main power center, with no one left to ask. With no one left, I'm tasked with pressing one of the buttons. Supposedly, one of them will turn the power doors back on, shielding whoever happens to be left from whatever those monsters outside are. That's the red one. The green button will open the door to the lab, and all I know is whatever's in there is not going to like us. Why did I have to agree to come to this research lab? Why did I lie on my application? Why didn't I tell them I was colorblind? So that was A Lie. Okay, I'm gonna go grab the giveaway things really quick. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back and I am going to show you some of the things that I'm going to be giving away. So, I just made an executive decision to make like one of these a big prize pack. So I'm going to do 2 little ones and 1 big one because I don't know why. That's just what I feel like doing. So that's what we're going to do. So, I'll show you the 2 smaller things. So I made up little bags of treats for my the trick-or-treaters in my apartment building, but I have some extras. So I'm going to be giving away one of these little bags. It's full of candy and other Halloween goodies. I'm actually going to be adding some things to it this afternoon after I go to the grocery store. So it's going to be even fuller of Halloween goodies. So I've got 2 of these to give away. Okay. Then I have the big prize, which will include one of these as well. And it will also include these items from the Owl Crate. So first is the Golden Compass water bottle. I really like this because it has the how much water you drank on the side of it. Plus Golden Compass is a pretty awesome book. If you haven't read it, I recommend. So that's the water bottle. And then these are some tattoos from the book that was highlighted, which was called The Barren Grounds. So you've got the bear and the squirrel character in there. So if you like fake tattoos, then you'll get these here. And then we have this, if you're an artist, this might be right up your alley, or even a writer. I know a lot of you guys are writers because I'm reading your stories today. It's this really amazing sketchbook and pencil set. So it's really cool. It has sort of like the polar bear on it, and it goes together. It's a set. The pencils, I think, are just regular pencils. They're not like colored pencils. So yeah, and then this is a blank sketchbook. So you can do whatever you wish on the inside. Possibilities are limitless. Okay, so those things will be in the big prize pack. So yeah, you got to stay till the end in order to be eligible for all these. And I'll be jotting names down and putting them through a thingamabob. I also might just make up a form like I did with the last one and have you guys fill out a form to make it easier. Okay, so let me see. Somebody's asking, are you going to play Among Us live anytime soon? Now, I may stream Among Us at some point, but I don't want to do it live because we could have somebody cheat, right? So we could have somebody watching the stream and playing at the same time and they could cheat. So I don't think playing Among Us is a really good idea to do live. But yeah. So, okay. So those are the giveaways that we'll be giving away in a little bit. So let's go ahead and read 1 or 2 more stories, and then I guess we'll get to what probably some of you are here for, which is me attempting to play Five Nights at Freddy's. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so here we go, guys. This story is called Something in the Basement. Kaya always had a fear of the basement. Maybe it was because she watched too many scary movies. Maybe it was because when she was still a young child. Or maybe it's because her favorite uncle went down there and never came back. Kaya, can you come here, please? Kaya's mom yells. Okay, I'm coming, Kaya replies. Kaya puts down her book and rushes down the stairs. Kaya arrives in the living room and sees her mom waiting for her on the couch with a needle in hand. I'm going to sew Aunt Darlene a cardigan tonight. Could you go down in the basement too? Kaya stopped listening from cardigan tonight. Could you go down the basement too? Or Kaya stops listening from... Sorry, that was me not knowing how to read. Okay, hold on. Kaya stops listening from where there, the basement, she thinks. Kaya panics. She knows the last time someone ever went to the basement, they didn't come back up. Kaya? Kaya, are you listening? Kaya's mom says, snapping her fingers in Kaya's face to get her attention. Yes, Mom, Kaya replies. Okay, her mother says with an unsure look. Kaya nervously walks towards the basement door and opens it slowly. She leaves the door open as she goes down the squeaky, dark stairs. She looks for the light switch in the basement, using the now faint light coming from the entrance to the basement. She finally finds the light switch and flicks it up, and the light turns on. Kaya looks around and sees some boxes, a keyboard piano, an easel for painting, and some sewing materials. Kaya walks over to the sewing materials because, her mom wanted to sew. She grabs an empty box and puts all the materials into the box and sets it aside. She walks over to where the keyboard is and sits down on the chair in front of it. She starts pressing the keys, playing an off-tune song, but what she did not notice was a small note on the music stand that said, "Do not play." Kaya keeps playing the keyboard as she notices a slight breeze. She looks up and sees a tall man wearing a long leather coat with gloves and a classy fedora. He seems to have a shadowy body. Kaya's eyes go wide. The man leans in close and pulls out a pocket watch and swings it in Kaya's face. Seconds later, Kaya is fast asleep on the piano. Kaya wakes up in a place that seems like her basement, but empty. It was extremely quiet, unlike before. Suddenly, the room begins to shake. Then spiders filled the room, coming from the cracks on the bottom of the walls. Kaya begins to scream. The spiders attack her and eat her alive. She was never to be seen again. The end. There we go. That was Something in the Basement. Okay. Hold on. How many stories we got left? We've got 1. Oh, that's a blank piece of paper. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more stories. Let's read 2 more. Okay. This one is called The Chronicles of 12860 Stream Drive, Book 1. Okay. Part 1. Laura. One day, on an afternoon in an autumn's day, the Darshaws were heading out to their son's band performance. The Darshaws were a nice, lovely family. Jonathan was the father of the Darshaws, and Lillian was the mother. They both had a daughter named Laura, who was in 7th grade. The Darshaws had a son as well, named Brian, who was in 4th grade. After the performance, Lillian wanted to show Laura something from the attic, so she asked if she could go get it. Laura says yes, and went up to get it. As soon as she went inside, she heard a low growling and then heard the pitter-patter of feet. When she heard those sounds, she ran downstairs screaming at the top of her lungs. When Laura ran downstairs, she immediately went to her mother and told her about the sounds she heard. Lillian thought it was silly and decided to show Laura that there was nothing there, so she took Laura by the hand and took her up to the attic. When they got there were no sounds, and Lillian told Laura she was just hearing things again, for Laura had an ear problem, where she would hear things that were not there. So her mother got her medicine and made her take some. Part 2. Henry. He couldn't believe they had forgotten about him, their own son. For Henry was, well, he didn't know how old he was or what grade he was supposed to be in, but the story behind troubled Henry will be told and not forgotten. He was 6 years old, and the Darshaws were out of gas on their way home from a restaurant. Little Henry needed to go to the bathroom, and so he did, but the other Darshaws were so tired that when they left, they forgot poor Henry inside the gas station. Fortunately, the station was in his neighborhood, so he found his way home after 3.5 days of searching. But when he found his house, he was so happy. So when he was so happy he nearly cried. So when he got home, everyone was asleep, and so then he rang the doorbell, but when he rang the bell, no one came to get him. Fortunately, he knew where his family hid the key to the house, and he went in. When he went inside, he found out that all the doors were locked, even his own, so he looked all over the house for a place to stay, but the only unlocked door was the one to the attic, so he decided to stay there for the night. Little did he know that in the morning, when the family found the attic unlocked, they locked it, as well as Henry inside, and he stayed there ever since for 5 years. He survived by eating bugs and drinking pipe water. But one day he heard the attic door open. It was his older sister, Laura, and when he saw, he rushed to hug her, but as soon as she saw him, she ran for her life, screaming, and Henry didn't know why. But he knew he must do something to keep a secret, so he got a blunt knife in the attic and needed to kill. Part 3. Lillian. After the concert, Lillian asked her eldest child, Laura, to go get a box of books from the attic. But when Laura came down, she did not have a box, and she did not come down. She ran down and was screaming and yelling that there was something in the attic. So Lillian took her daughter by the hand and took her upstairs to the attic and showed her that there was nothing there. Sure enough, Lily and Laura heard no sounds. Lillian knew about her daughter's hearing problem and went to get her medicine. As she was getting the medicine, she heard another scream, but not of her daughter, but of her youngest boy, Brian. As soon as she heard the scream, she dropped the medicine and rushed upstairs to help her youngest boy because she thought he had fell or hurt himself. But when she got upstairs, he was in the corner rocking back and forth. Lillian asked what was wrong, and the only thing Brian said was monster, attic, scary sounds. She immediately knew what was wrong. Brian went in the attic, and then she knew the entire thing. Part 4. Brian. When he came out of his room, he saw the attic open and decided to look and went up the ladder into the attic. When he got up, he was looking through old books his parents had. Suddenly he heard the pitter-patter and the growling. He jumped at the sound and ran to the hallway and screaming as his sister did before. He went to the corner and started rocking back and forth slowly. His mother then came up and he told her there was a monster in the attic making scary noises. Part 5. Henry. He saw her, the girl that came up before. So he went to get his knife to get her, but once again, she ran. Then she saw that it wasn't a she, it was a he. So now he needed to get rid of 2 people, the girl and the new boy. So he went to the exit and saw that there were 3 people there. The girl, the boy, and a bigger girl? He didn't know her, but came up with a plan. The end, for now. Okay. Very good. Okay, one more and then we'll get to Five Nights at Freddy's. This one is called Nice to See You, Grandpa. It was 3:30 p.m. Molly went to visit her grandpa. She had to walk through the creepy part of town that Molly dreaded. It's the fastest way to get to him. She brought a poppy with her because that's his favorite flower. She got to Vaughn Street 5 minutes later, the creepy street. Her head started to pound. She held her breath and walked to the street. "Hi, Molly," 2 girls said simultaneously. Those girls were Lila and Lulu. They were best friends. They sounded the same and looked the same and wore the same clothes. "Hi, Lila and Lulu," Molly said anxiously. She continued to walk through Lulu and Lila's constant attempts to get Molly's attention. Lila and Lulu started walking together, silent and each of their feet walking at the same pace as the others. Molly started to speed up. Lila and Lulu started to speed up too. Molly then dropped her water bottle and Lila and Lulu tripped and fell. She now turned the corner and a sigh of relief went through her. Molly had finally gotten to her grandfather's. She walked through the rows of plaques and stones. She finally found her grandfather's stone. It read, "A Life Gone Too Soon, 1943 to 2015. Molly placed the flower and whispered close to the grave, "I love you." "Oh, do you?" came a voice from behind her. This voice was from none other than Ms.Murray. "What are you doing here?" asked Molly. "To see you, of course," said Ms.Murray with a smirk on her face. The ground started to float away from her. Then she realized she was being abducted by aliens. "I knew there was something weird about you," said Molly. Then, the rest of what Molly said was muffled by the craft store closing. The end. There you go. I made an appearance in that one. That's fun. Okay, ghost headband needs to come off. It's driving me crazy. Okay, here we go. Let's take that off. Okay. I'll let Stanton wear it. There we go, Stanton. You guys can't see him. He's right off camera. Okay. So, I guess we gotta get to the part that I haven't been excited about, but I'll make myself excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that ready to go. So let's turn off our mood music here. I'll pause it for now. Let's minimize our screens here. Let me make me smaller. Do. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this goes. Okay, So as you can see, I have tried, and can you see how far I've gotten? I haven't even completed night 1. So this is all for you. It'll be the first one. I have Ultimate Custom Night, but I've never even played the first one, so I don't think I should play the other ones. So, yeah. Okay. So, let me see, is there anything else out in the chat? Let's see here. Okay. Okay, guys. I don't like this game. Well, I don't like to play this game. I like watching other people play it because I love Five Nights at Freddy's when I'm not the one playing it. So here we go. Okay. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Family pizzeria looking for security guard to work the night shift, 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. I didn't get a chance to read the rest. Okay, I have practiced with the controls a little bit. Oh, they made it Halloween. It wasn't like that when I played it the other day. That's cool. There are our friends.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, a magical place for kids and grown-ups alike, where fantasy and fun come to life. Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for damage to property or person. Upon discovering that damage or death has occurred, a missing person report will be filed within 90 days or as soon as property and premises have been thoroughly cleaned and bleached and the carpets have been replaced. Blah, blah, blah. Now, that might sound bad, I know, but there's really nothing to worry about. The animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky at night, but do I blame them? No. If I were forced to sing those same stupid songs for 20 years and I never got a bath, I'd probably be a bit irritable at night too. So remember, these characters hold a special place in the hearts of children, and we need to show them a little respect, right? Okay. So just be aware, the characters do tend to wander a bit. They're left in some kind of free roaming mode at night.
Because that's a good idea, right? Free roaming mode?
They used to be allowed to walk around during the day too, but then there was the bite of 87. Yeah. It's amazing that the human body can live without the frontal lobe, you know? Now, concerning your safety, the only real risk to you as a night watchman here, if any,
doesn't look like anybody's moved yet.
Characters, if they happen to see you after hours, probably won't recognize you as a person. They'll most likely see you as a metal endoskeleton without its costume on. Now, since that's against the rules here at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, they'll probably try to forcefully stuff you inside a Freddy Fazbear suit.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Now, that wouldn't be so bad if the suits themselves weren't filled with cross beams, wires, and animatronic devices, especially around the facial area. So you can imagine how having your head forcibly pressed inside one of those could cause a bit of discomfort and death. The only parts of you that would likely see the light of day again.
This is not a good idea. I've not made it this far yet. What I do for you guys.
Tell you these things when you sign up. But hey, first station of the breeze. I'll chat with you tomorrow. Check those cameras and remember to close the doors only if absolutely necessary. Gotta conserve power. Alright, good night.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna make it through. I've already used a lot of power. Nobody's left yet. This game is too quiet. don't hear all the sound effects when you watch other people play. Nobody's left yet. I think I might do night 1 and then I'm gonna give up because this is making me very nervous. I'm a big baby. Nobody's left yet. At least it doesn't look like they have, unless, do they not leave from here? Oh, that's not good. This is such a bad idea. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I don't like that at all. Where is he? Oh my goodness. Yes, I just jumped. You can laugh. I don't like this. What I do for you guys. This is definitely not gonna work. Just gonna keep the lights on. Okay. That is so freaky. This is so, oh no, now the bird's gone. I'm just gonna turn. I'm gonna keep the door closed. You guys really play this and enjoy it? Good googly moogly. Look at that. That's so scary. Okay, they're both there. So I think I'm okay to open the doors for right now. Oh no. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of power. I can always tell you that right now. I'm too much of a sissy. Goodness. Okay, so you're there. Chica's hanging out in the kitchen, it sounds like. Oh, he's gone now. Okay, he's back there. I'm gonna open the doors. Oh, do I have them open? Good for me. How long do you have to survive for? Oh. Oh no, he's getting closer. This is no good. No good for me. Oh no, I don't hear Chica in the kitchen anymore. Oh no. I'm gonna run out of power, guys. You guys might get a jump scare from me. Not a fan. Not liking this at all. Oh my god, that's so scary. I could not find the bunny. Yep. Yep. This is bad. This is bad. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Because I'm not enjoying this at all. Not at all. Okay, I'm just gonna let it happen. Oh no. This is no bueno. I'm gonna cover my eyes. Is that cheating? If I cover my eyes? Oh my goodness. I know night one's supposed to be really easy, but I was not expecting that. I really thought that I was going to die. Nope, nope, we're not doing night two. Nope, Ms.Murray can't handle it. Can't handle it. Make the game go away. Go away, game. There we go. Close the game. Okay. Game has been closed. Okay, let me make myself bigger here. Oh. Okay, guys, that is like the furthest I've ever gone in that game ever. So, you should be proud. Very, very proud. Because, oof. Too scary for me. Okay. Let's go ahead and get to the last story since we are starting to run out of time. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I really appreciate it. I didn't think anybody was going to show up, so you guys are making me really happy. So, okay, let's start our mood music again and get through these last few stories. And then we'll do the giveaway, and then we'll say goodbye. Because I am going to go get lunch and go to Cox Farm with my dad. And yeah, and pick up groceries because those are important, you know, gotta be a grown-up sometimes. So here we go. Okay, so the next story does not have I am literally still trembling from that game. You must think I'm crazy, but it's true. Okay. Ooh. Don't know if I'm gonna pick that one back up again. Okay, so our next story doesn't have a title, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. The legend is that if you cross the bridge on October 31st, you will see a headlight in the distance and see a very tall, slender, headless man step out of the car and stand there for 30 seconds and chase you. October 31st, 2001, Forest Park. It was the end of the day on Halloween, and everyone was talking about the Halloween dance that night, but one group of girls had other plans. Ring! The bell rang and all the high schoolers were off getting ready for tonight's dance. Come on, let's go to my house, Ava said. Madison and Emma agreed. On the bus, the girls were talking about what they should do tonight. Of course, Miss Brave Madison said, let's cross the bridge. Ava and Emma were silent. Come on, the legend isn't real, Madison said. Then why would they have caged it off, Emma said. But they didn't know what else to do than trick-or-treat like little kids or go to the dance with a bunch of seniors, and they were just freshmen. Madison convinced the girls to do it and to go to the bridge tonight at 11 p.m. At Ava's house, Madison and Emma called their parents and told them that they were going on, told them where they were going on their flip phones, because we had flip phones in 2001. Totally. I didn't have a phone at all in 2001. The girls planned to go at 11 p.m., when they saw that Ava's parents were asleep and they decided to sneak out. October 31st, 2001, Forest Hiking Trail. The girls walked and walked and walked and eventually saw the bridge and stopped. This isn't a good idea, Ava said. Oh, you're such a baby. There's not going to be a headless man chasing us like the legend says, said Madison. Madison went first and the bridge was rusty and the water underneath was raging. Ava and Emma couldn't see her anymore. They started getting worried and started shouting her name, frightened, and then, boo! Madison jumped out and scared the two girls. They were all mad scared and laughing and starting to walk back, but then saw the headlights in the distance, and then saw a tall headless man step out of the car. And then he started chasing them. The girls screamed and started running away from the man, jumping into the raging waters of the river, and swam away from the man. It seemed like hours went by, and finally they made it to land and got out of the forest and went home. The girls never went into the forest ever again. Okay. Excuse me. Next we have Attack of the Sasquatch. It was a cold, windy night in North Point Meadows. The sky was completely black, and the moon was covered by the dark clouds. A camper named Max was taking a trip to North Point Meadows for a night. After he got unpacked, he started working on a fire to keep him warm. I don't know why I repeated that. He collected sticks and made the fire. Then he heard a distant noise of sticks breaking. He didn't care at first, but then a very loud snapping noise came from the forest. Max was on edge and tried to keep his guard, but he fell asleep. Later that night, he woke up to a creaking noise. He looked out the window to see if anything was there. "What the heck?" he yelled. "What is that thing?" Max darted to the door and locked it tight. Was that a Sasquatch? Max thought he was hallucinating at first, but he could smell the monster's acrid scent. Max got his rifle and his flashlight and ventured out into the woods, hoping he could survive until dawn. Max started to get worried that the Sasquatch would come back. He had heard some snapping noises and continued to follow them. He started to wander too far off from the camp and got lost. A couple of minutes went by, and Max stumbled upon something. Yes, a cave. Finally, I'll have some shelter. Max went into the cave and smelled something familiar. What's that in the corner? Max questioned. Curiosity got the best of him, and he went to find out. He saw something hairy, and then he realized whose cave he was in. It's the Sasquatch, Max screamed. He tried to run, but he couldn't. The Sasquatch got a hold of him, and he was dragged away. Max woke up in a cold sweat. My cabin? He said, confused. It must have been a dream, he said. But then Max heard strange noises coming from the forest. The same noises that were in his dream. Very good. Okay. Couple more here, guys. This one doesn't have a title either. It's a short one. Next couple are short. Let's see. Yep, we got 4 more. Okay. Imagine you're in a strange hallway. Ooh, this one's being told in second person. No door except for the entrance to an empty room at the end of the hallway. You see the wall is lined with pictures of people, mostly kids like yourself. But in the corner of your eye, you see an empty picture frame. Curiosity compels you to go into the empty room at the end of the hallway. You enter the room, and suddenly, you turn around and you are trapped. What was once the entrance to the room is now another wall. Suddenly, the room starts to shrink around you, and you remember the empty picture frame. You realize that it was for your picture. The end. James, are you saying that Five Nights at Freddy's not that scary? I have to disagree. It's scary for me. I'll watch other people play it, but it's scary for me. Okay, next story. I spent my whole life at the pumpkin patch, hoping that someone would choose me to bring me to their home. Finally, a family picked me. They took me to their house, and everything seemed pretty normal. It wasn't until a few weeks that something terrible happened. They carved me. They cut holes all over my body and lit me on fire. This was not what I expected. So I used my magic powers that I learned at the pumpkin patch to shrink them. Since they were now micro-humans, I tossed them into my newly carved mouth and chewed them up. You'd be surprised. Humans are tasty. Remember, kids, paint. Don't carve your pumpkins. No, I'm carving a pumpkin tonight. Now I'm going to be afraid it's going to eat me. Okay, here we go. Last 2 stories. This one is called 21 Days. A long time ago, Jeremy was heading to bed because he had to wake up early in the morning to start his new job as a human resources manager at a big software company in Tampa, Florida. For some strange reason, his alarm did not go off as planned. So now he only had 21 minutes to make it to his new job on time. He rushed to get dressed and is out of the door in record time. He quickly entered his brand new Mercedes sedan with black leather seats and a shiny purple paint job. Thankfully, Jeremy made it work with just a few minutes to spare. The rest of his workday was uneventful until he was about to leave his office. Suddenly, a short young woman appeared in his office doorway. She had a shady look about her. Even though she had a smile on her face, she introduced herself as Caitlin, and she had a welcome gift for him. Jeremy thought nothing of it when he invited her into his office so he could get a better look at what object was in her hand. It was a pumpkin, an already carved jack-o'-lantern with Jeremy's name nicely written across the back. At first, Jeremy was a little puzzled by this gift because they still had a few weeks before Halloween. Caitlin must have sensed his confusion and assured him that the pumpkin would last until way after Halloween was over. He simply nodded his head as she placed the pumpkin into his hands. Just as she turned to leave his office, she paused and gave Jeremy specific instructions. After he was in his house for 21 minutes, Jeremy was supposed to place the jack-o'-lantern on his nightstand. Once he arrived home, Jeremy waited the 22 minutes, then sat the pumpkin on the same nightstand that his phone charges on every night. Suddenly, the jack-o'-lantern began to glow and double in size. At first, Jeremy was too shocked to move or consider what was about to happen to him. In a matter of moments, the pumpkin grew until nothing was left. By the time Jeremy realized he was about to be swallowed up by the pumpkin, it was too late. He was trapped inside the jack-o'-lantern with no way to escape. All Jeremy could do was wonder, what had he done to deserve such a cruel fate? And then it hit him. It had been 21 days since he did not accept an Instagram request from a girl named Caitlin. We're going to finish our stories with The Scary Pumpkin. One very dark night, 3 kids went pumpkin hunting at an abandoned pumpkin patch. These kids were Ken and Jenny, and they were very competitive friends. Ken and Jenny took off and got to the pumpkin patch first. A lazy kid by the name of Benjamin got there last. The night was chilly and cold. Benjamin said, "It's so cold, we need to go home." The quick thinking and persuading abilities of Ken somehow persuaded Benjamin to stay. Then they got started by searching for a good pumpkin to carve. They wanted to take home the best pumpkin in the patch. As they were walking, they stopped to have a little fun. They wanted an old bouncy pillow. "Dang, this thing is huge," said Benjamin. Now he really wanted to stay. After a good 2 hours of playing tag and bouncing, Jenny and Ken wanted to go to the corn maze. Ken, knowing he had a huge crush on Jenny, said yes. "Yeah, we can go to the corn maze," said Ken. So they went in, and after about 30 to 45 minutes, Ken wondered how they were going to find their way out. Jenny said, "I don't know." Ken was thinking that he didn't ever want to find a way out, but near the end of the corn maze, he had to confess to Jenny. "Hey, Jenny, do you have time off after this? Could we go to your house to carve the pumpkin?" Jenny said, "Are you asking me on a date, Ken?" "Of course, you're beautiful," Ken said. Jenny said, "How about we carve the pumpkin, then go to the movies?" She blushed, and they quickly chose their pumpkin. Ken and Jenny went home together, and Benjamin left to go to his house. When Ken and Jenny got to Jenny's house, the pumpkin started shaking all by itself. All of a sudden, it started growing. They got a little scared and ran in the house. After a few minutes, they peeked out the window. The pumpkin had grown bigger than a bike. Jenny screamed, "Oh my God!" The pumpkin grew bigger and bigger until it filled up the entire yard. Ken decided to open the door and investigate. He had been working out, so he was ripped, and he wanted to impress his girl. He told Jenny not to be afraid and saw that the pumpkin was going for Jenny. So Ken said, "Not on my watch." He jumped up in the mouth of the pumpkin. Jenny was sitting there thinking, "My hero." In 15 minutes, Ken had ripped the pumpkin up and he became the hero. He had won the battle, but there was a catch. He didn't do it for his safety. He did it for Jenny. Okay, so those were just a couple of the amazing stories my students, you guys, wrote for Halloween. So I'm really, really impressed. I'll put these over here behind Stan. Okay, so we still have about 5 minutes left. So I think that's just enough time to get some giveaway stuff done. So let's see here. Let me go to, give me one moment here, guys. Let me see what we can do. Let me turn the music off. Okay, so let's do a random name generator. Oh wait, no, random giveaway generator. Wheel of names. This must be what we got going on here. Okay. So let me see the names I have here in chat. Okay. Giveaway time. Okay, so I got 7 people that are here. So let me see. I see James, Christian, Sajila. Make sure you say something in chat if you would like to do the the giveaway. Okay, Let me scroll up and see if I'm missing anybody. If you're in the chat, I'm putting your name in the thing now. Hopefully I won't miss anybody. Scrolling slowly. Okay, let me see here. Who's here? Okay, so James, I got you. Christian, I got you. Sajila, I got you. Are British HP fans still here? Stone Scout, Landon, Art the Best, Chelsea. Are you guys still here? Say something in chat if you are. Oh, okay, I got you, Ash. I'm glad you're here. Yay. Okay. Well, I'll put all these names in here. I can get a hold of people. I've got my ways. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sajila, for letting me know that. I got you. Okay. Let me see. Okay, so I've got James, Christian, Sajila, British HP fan, which I think is Zoe, Stone Scout, which I think is Jacob, Landon, Ash, and Chelsea. Does that sound right? Okay, let's put you guys in the Wheel of Names. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be giving away is one of the little bags, one of the bags. So let me put this in here. Okay. Okay, so here's everybody's names here. Did I miss anybody? Nobody's saying anything, so I'm going to assume I didn't. Okay, so let's click to spin. Let's see who's going to win one of these bags. Here we go. Okay, Landon, are you still here? Landon, are you here? I need you to claim to know you're still here in order to put your name on this baggie. Say, I'm here in chat, and I will give this off to you, but if you're not here, I'm gonna do another name. So Landon, are you here? I feel like I'm taking attendance at school. Okay, I'm going to do a different name since Landon did not reply. Oh wait, he is here. Yay! Landon, you have won one of the goodie bags. Yay! Okay. Your name is going on one of those. Okay, so since you already won something, I'm going to take you out. Oh, I dropped the bag. That's okay. You need to hold those better, Stanton. Thank you. Okay. Next one is for the second goodie bag. Here we go. Second goodie bag is going to Ash. Great job. I know you're here because you said something recently. Great job, Ash. Okay, you know what? I'm going to give away another goodie bag. I'm gonna give away one more, then we'll do the big prize. Okay, so here we go. One more goodie bag, and then we will do the big prize. So here we go. Ready, set, go. Okay, so the winner of our next goodie bag is James. Great job, James. So you have won another goodie bag. And now, these last couple people, are eligible now for the big prize. Here we go. This person's going to win the water bottle, the tattoos, the sketchbook, the pencils, and another goodie bag. So, here we go, guys. Are you waiting? Are you ready? I'm ready. Here we go. Would you look at that? Christian, you're lucky. This is the second thing you've won from one of our giveaways. So here we go. Okay. There we go. So the winner of the big prize pack is Christian. How's that sound? I'm writing this down here. Of course. Of course, of course. And for the rest of you that are here, I may still send you guys some stuff too. So let me write your names down as well. Everybody that's left. So, Sajila. Let me see. British HP fan. Yeah, I think I'm going to send everybody a little something. Little something. You'll have to wait and see. Okay, guys, so let's say our goodbyes. We are a couple minutes over time. I got to go pick up my dad. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really wasn't expecting anybody to actually come. So thank you for making this fun. I may hop back on later today, so pay close attention to YouTube or my social media, which is Twitter and Instagram. So it's Ms.Murray ELA on Twitter, and then Ms.Murray BTM. Oh no, it's Ms.Murray BTMS on Twitter, and then Ms.Murray ELA on Instagram. So definitely check those two places out. I'll post if I'm going to pop back on again later tonight. I do want to plug something really quick. For those of you that really like spooky stories, for those of you that like spooky stories or just like listening to scary stories in general, there's a podcast out there. Let me find it. A podcast just got released yesterday called the No Nap Podcast, which is, oh goodness, why can't I spell? No Nap Podcast. And if you guys are, you can find it here on Spotify. Here, let me show you. So this is the No Nap Podcast here. So the stories range from being okay for little kids from ages 3 to 6 all the way up to the age of 16. And if you look really closely, right here, let me see if I can find it, right here, this story here, Ralph, is by our one and only Mr. Demanda. So if you play D&D with me, you know Mr. Demanda is one of the D&D co-sponsors, and he wrote a story that you can listen to right here, and I've already read it, and it's really good. So definitely check this out if you like spooky stories or you just want to read or listen to something that Mr. Demanda wrote, because he's a great author. So yeah, there's lots of great authors on here. I listen to a bunch of these guys on other stories. So definitely check out the No Nap Podcast on Spotify. You might be able to find it in a couple other places on Apple Podcasts and different things like that. So definitely check out that to get some more spooky stories on your Halloween. So that is what I got for you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Pay attention to social media, and I'll let you know if I come back on. I might play a different spooky game this afternoon. I got a couple others, so I might try one out, see if it's okay for you guys to watch. And it's okay for me, since I clearly can't handle Five Nights at Freddy's. And I'll play another game, and we'll have some more fun. So thank you guys, and maybe I'll see you later. Maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. And have a great long weekend. Have fun tonight if you're going out or you're staying in. And happy Halloween, guys. Bye.